6 months ago, I couldn't sit still for 5 minutes without picking up my phone. Today, I read 2 hours straight without noticing the time passing. But here's the strange part. Reading didn't make me smarter. It made me completely different person. And in this video, I am going to show you exactly what changed inside me. And it's not what you are expecting. Most people think reading makes you smarter. More facts, more vocabulary, sounding intelligent at dining table. What happened was actually weirder and honestly more useful. My brain quietly rewarded itself. Not what I knew, how I reacted, how I feel, how I saw myself. 5 specific things changed in me. And the third one is the one nobody talks about. There's a concept from Atomic Habits that explains why it happened. And once you got it, you'll understand your own bad habits differently too. James Clear says most people try to change by chasing an outcome first. I want to read more, I want to be productive, but real change happens the other way around. You change your identity first, and the behavior follows its own. I didn't sit down and decided I will have more self control now. I just kept becoming someone who reads, and slowly that identity starts leaking into everything else. Here's exactly how. 1. Control over my task. Before, I knew what I had to do, but there was no trigger actually to start. I'd sit there scrolling, knowing I had pending work. Now there's this internal cue that fires. This is the time to do this. Reading built that switch. 2. Concentration. My mind used to run many tabs at once. Random thoughts, mid task, mid conversation, mid anything. Now, when I say to do something, I'm actually there. One thought, one task, no background noise. Third, acceptance. This one surprised me the most. I stopped waiting for right setup before I start doing something. No expensive gear, no perfect camera, no perfect room. I work with what I have. Right now, that single shift alone unlocked more output than any equipment ever could. Fourth, broader thinking. My thinking used to be narrow, reacting whatever right in front of me. Now I catch myself zooming out, seeing more angles. And there's this sense of optimism underneath it that wasn't there before. Fifth, control over anger. I used to get irritated fast. Small things would flip my mood instantly. That's changed. Not because I'm suppressing it, but because there's this half second gap between what happens and how I react. That gap is new. It built by reading. I want to be honest at something. Before all this, I didn't feel control on my own life. I'd plan things and not follow through. I'd get angry and regret it an hour later. I'd wait for the right moment or right setup to start anything, which really just meant I never started. That feeling of watching yourself not do the thing you know you should is exhausting. It quietly eats your confidence, even if nobody notices it. What changed isn't that I became different, a talented person. It's that I stopped being at war every single day with my own self. I remember a specific evening a few months into this. I had a task I'd been avoiding for the 2 days. The kind someone of you keep pushing to tomorrow. Old me would have picked up the phone, scrolled for an hour, feeling guilty and gone to sleep anyway. That night I picked up a book instead. Just 20 minutes, nothing dramatic. But when I closed it, something clicked. I felt like finishing the task, not because I forced myself, but because I actually wanted to. I sat down, did it in half the time that I expected, and want to sleep without low grade guilt, which I used to carry every night. That's when I realized it wasn't about the knowledge from the pages. It was about who I was slowly becoming by showing up on these pages night after night. If even one of these five things missing in you right now, I'm not telling you to go read 50 books. Start with one, 20 minutes a day. That's it. You are not trying to get smarter. You are trying to become someone who doesn't need motivation to start. If this hit something differently in you, hit like, subscribe, and share. And see you in the next one.